Hello, everyone. Haven't done a live in absolutely ages, and I've just decided to go live. And I'm not sure if I'm going to get anybody come on with me, but that's okay. Whether there's people join me or not, it's fine. I'm quite up for talking to myself if I need to. So yeah, I thought I would give you a bit of an update about what's going on. Because things are happening and it's not all going well. So I've got a few challenges at the moment, and I'm thinking maybe if I share them, then the power of networks. So I've just been and made a cup of tea. It was really good. I went into the kitchen, and one of my members of staff who works in the care service was in there making everybody else a cup of tea. So I was like, oh, is there enough hot water? Perfect timing. So I've got my sleep tea, which I drink all day at work. I don't know why it's called sleep, because it doesn't make me go to sleep, thankfully, because I'm at work and that would be really bad. But what's it got in? Let's have a look. It's one of these, and it's spiced apple, vanilla, and chamomile and passion fruit. So that's what I'm drinking at the moment. And so I've called this live "Where Are the Terfs?" because I'm really struggling to get turfy guests at the minute. So I don't know what's happening. Don't know why that is, but there it goes. I've asked so many women to come on my podcast. Lots of them have said yes and then just haven't got round to booking, which I get it. Life's busy. And then I've had quite a few people say no as well, which I'm not taking personally. Like I have done sometimes. Like life's busy. It's not always a priority. I get it. So yeah. So if you know any turfy women who like talking on the internet, then I'd really love it if you could put us in touch, because I've got this platform and I would love to reach more people, because I still think there's people out there who go, well, don't get it. Why is it a problem? So I still think we need to keep talking about it, because the Supreme Court judgment, I think that made some people go, oh my God, it must be bad because we need that. And for other people, they've gone, oh, we've got that, so we don't need to do anything else. But actually, I think it's going to take a long time to get this stuff out of universities and schools and businesses, although it seems to be happening quite quickly in businesses at the moment. But yeah, I think there's still more work to do. And there are other areas of women's rights that we also need to talk about. So I'm looking at those as well. And because I've committed to sharing a podcast every single week, and that goes out at 8:00 every Wednesday now, I've been thinking about how to find willing participants. And so I found a solution, but there is a bit of a caveat with it. I don't know if that's the right word. There's a bit of a anyway, I'll just move on because I don't know if that's the right word, but I'll just give you the context and then you'll know what I mean. So I've joined this platform called Podmatch, and it basically matches podcast hosts with guests. So you've got a ready supply of lots of women and men who all want to go on a podcast. So there's an endless stream of people, which is fantastic because I've managed to book in about 9 women. But I don't think any of them really want to talk about the sort of stuff that I have been focusing on, like the turfy stuff and the women's rights stuff. So there might be a little bit of a difference in the interviews that I put out, but they are still women and they are still sharing their stories, so it does still fit. Yeah, so that's however, I've had a challenge this week. So was it the week before last I interviewed my husband for the second time, and that was because he was really keen to come on when I told him that I was struggling to find some guests. And he was like, "Oh, me." He was very excited. So I let him come on again. So he came on, and he really enjoyed it, and it was a really good chat. I think the most exciting thing for him was that I talked to him for an hour without looking at my phone. Does anybody else have that issue at home? You could just get distracted by your phone all the time, don't you? I think I need to make more of an effort just to turn it off and put it away and stuff. Yeah. Anyway, so yes, so I've got an endless stream of people from this platform called Podmatch. And I've also joined this other platform called Buzzsprout. They've got some really strange names, these platforms. So Buzzsprout is a platform that pushes out all of your podcast episodes to all of the places that you might listen to podcasts. That's what they say, isn't it? That's what so my podcast is now distributed, and I've had what is it? I'm going on for 300 downloads, and I've only been on a couple of weeks. But most of those downloads are coming from Podmatch. So, am I going to find a new audience there? Maybe. And people are connecting with me because they found me on Podmatch as well. So it is reaching new people. Most of the people that I'm seeing. Hello, I've got someone in the comments. TG, hello. Lovely for you to join me. And yeah, so I've got people on LinkedIn coming and connecting with me because they've found me podcast through Podmatch probably, or through Buzzsprout, not sure which. So it is a new audience, which is great. But I've had a really massive challenge this week. I actually had 3 women booked in to record podcasts with. And so one was supposed to be on Wednesday afternoon. And unfortunately, on Wednesday, we had like a complete nightmare with our Wi-Fi. So I logged on to record the podcast and then it dropped straight out. And I was like, should I cancel it? And I thought it would be fixed, and it wasn't. So I felt a bit awkward. Not awkward. I felt a bit awful that can I have me bit of me tea if it's not too hot? So yeah, I felt a bit awful that I hadn't warned her first. It just dropped out, but I've messaged her straight away and said I'm really sorry. Wi-Fi's been challenging. I thought it would be fixed, and it's clearly not. Can we reschedule? So she's rescheduled. And then yesterday, I had some unexpected things come up, which were urgent, and I needed to focus on yesterday. And unfortunately, that meant I had to cancel yesterday. But I was thinking, oh, hi, Helen, who says, hi, Kelly, nice mug. It is. It's my favourite mug. It's my Turf Island mug from Let Women Speak. Yeah, so I cancelled that interview, thinking, oh, it's fine. I had 3 booked in, and I've still got one on Friday to do. And guess what's happened today? I was all ready to record my podcast interview this afternoon, ready for next week, and the woman's cancelled on me. Typical. So I haven't got anyone booked in before Wednesday. So as it stands at the moment, I do not have a podcast to go out on Wednesday. So if you know someone, or if you would like to come on, I'd love to have you on. Even if you want to come and to 100. Not quite, no. You do have to have something interesting to talk about relating to women's rights. But yeah, so I'm looking for guests. If you've got a story that you would like to share, I would love to have you on. You can talk about whatever you want, within reason, obviously. Like, you don't even have to agree with me. You don't. You can talk about whatever your point of view is. That's absolutely fine. Yeah, so if you would like to come on, I think, I'm not sure. I think it's in the show notes, the link to book a podcast with me. So if you can come on before Wednesday, that's perfect. And if not, we might have to have Ian back on, my husband. Or I might ask Annie. I'll see if Annie has got less stuff on. She said she would come back on because she's been on my podcast before, but the sound was really terrible, so it wasn't the best quality. Not because of her, she was a great guest, but yeah, it was a bit of a challenge. So maybe she'll have time to come on, but the reason I'm saying she might not is because she is a seamstress and she's got so many proms. She's got prom dresses coming out of her ears, bless her. So I'm not sure if she'll have time to come on, but yeah. So I'm going on Podmatch and trying to match up with more people to see if I can get someone else booked in. And TG, you're saying Denise McKenna, she did the women's survey. I've not heard of Denise, but yes, I would love you to put me in touch with her. That would be amazing. Thank you so much. Yeah, fab. Anyone who is into women's rights would be fantastic. Or if you've got an experience that is unique to women, then that's great as well. Yeah, brilliant. Thank you, TG. I'm not sure if I know who you are. I don't recognise your little profile picture. Let me know if I know who you are. It's Tracy. Ah, right, okay. I thought it might be Tracy, but wasn't sure. But yes, that would be amazing if you could get in touch with her. And even if it's not before Wednesday, then it's one of them things. Not if we can get someone in before Wednesday, that'll be excellent. But if not, then I'll come up with something. Yeah, so the other thing that I was going to talk about was Let Women Speak, because I went to London. How many weeks? Oh, about 2 weeks ago. Oh, was it Whitty Bay? I remember Whitty Bay from when I was growing up. Haven't heard of him for ages. That's in TG's profile picture. Yeah, so at the end of May, I went to London for the weekend with Annie, who I've just been talking about. And she came with me and we went to Let Women Speak Police, which was fantastic. I thought the police, they kept coming marching past and stuff, and every time they did I was like, are they going to come and tell us off for slagging them off? But they didn't, thankfully. So you can see that on the live stream on Kelly J's channel, and I also did a vlog as well, which is in 2 halves. So I put the police one on one video and then the Let Women Speak Hyde Park in the other. It was absolutely funny as anything because let us tell you this story. So I said to Annie, oh, would you like to go to London for the Let Women Speak Police? She was like, oh, yes. And I says, oh, shall we stay over and do a bit of sightseeing and do some stuff in London? She was like, oh, yeah, that'd be good. So we're planning to go down. We booked the trains and the hotels. So the train to go down on the Saturday morning and come back on the Sunday evening in the hotel. And then on the Thursday, just before the Saturday when we were going, I was watching the live stream with Kelly J, and she was like, oh, this weekend it's going to be great. And then she said something about Sunday, and I was like, oh, what's happening on Sunday? And so I looked at the event page, and of course it was the regular Let Women Speak. So we're able to go because we've booked the hotel and everything. And so we got 2 for the price of 1. And we'd got to do some to do some sightseeing as well. So if you're interested in those vlogs, then they're on my channel. And let me know what you think of them as well, because it's just something that I do for fun, really. But I want to know if you find them valuable. Like, I think people who aren't in the country or can't come to Let Women Speak find it interesting to see it, like the Let Women Speak events from a different angle. But I don't like record all of the speeches, apart from Annie did a speech at the police one, and because it's me, I thought she might want it. I did record her whole speech, which is in the video. But if you want to see all those speeches, then it's best to watch the live stream that Kelly J did. Yeah, so I do a little bit of filming on the train and then walking around and stuff like that as well. So yes, I really enjoyed that last month, and I met loads of turfy women, and some of them I already knew, and I met some other women who I hadn't met before, like Eve, who was just great. She was showing us the suffragettes and the suffragists statues in London, and she was talking about coming on my podcast to talk about women's rights and the suffragette movement. But unfortunately, we haven't managed to make contact with her. So maybe that'll happen. Hopefully it will. But the thing is, I don't know how out she is as a TERF, and she was on the. She was, there was a. Oh, hi, Paul. There was a 7 or 8 second clip of Kelly J telling the women in Hyde Park to free their faces, which went viral, 24 million views or something, and Eve was in that. And I'm wondering if she's keeping her head down because she's like, oh my God. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if she was very secret. Anyway, so the point of us telling you all that was that I'm decided to go back to London for the next 2 Let Women Speak events. So I'm going to be there at the end of June and the end of July. The end of June's going to be fantastic because we're having a picnic, and it's like a special event where we're going to be reading out the testimonies from women in Saudi Arabia, I think, about niqabs and burqas and stuff. So that's going to be good. And I'm not sure what's happening in July. Maybe it's just going to be an ordinary Let Women Speak. And then it's just been announced today that they're doing a Glasgow one for the whole weekend. So really tempted to go to that. See if I can find anyone to come with us. Or I might just go on my own. We'll see. We'll see. But it's only been announced today, so I'm not sure. But the most interesting thing is that I am involved in organising one in my local area. So we've got Let Women Speak Whitty Bay on the 17th of August, which is a Sunday, and really excited about that. And yeah, come to Whitty Bay because it's lovely. It's right next to the beach. If it's sunny, it'll be amazing. It's windy though. It's always windy in Whitty Bay, so make sure you come appropriately dressed and come for the weekend because it's a great place to come for a holiday. We've got a campsite and lots of things to see and do. So it is well worth coming for the weekend if you're coming from further away, if you can. And I've been telling people for quite a while that it's going to be happening, and I've got quite a lot of interest. So I'm hoping that there'll be lots of turfy women coming, and men as well. Don't forget the men who support women as well. So yes, I'm excited about that. And then I'm debating about whether to go to London again in August or whether I need a break. Do you think I should stop going? And the Boiling Frog, which is Paul, who helped us in the election with our election campaign. Thank you, Paul. That was great help. He says it's a long time since I went to Whitty Bay, and I think you'll find it's really changed a lot. So I don't know how long it was that you went, but basically there used to be a street. Well, there's still a street. The street's called South Parade, and it used to be just pub after pub after pub. And of course, I never went to South Parade ever. Yeah, I did. It was like um, a pub crawl, basically. So you start at the top. We used to start at the Vic, which is now called the three brass monkeys. So you start there and work your way down all the pubs until you get to the bottom where the seafront is, and then would go to Idols, which was a bit rowdy. Had like scantily dressed barmaids and a very risky DJ who used to take the mickey out of anybody at the front. But one day I was like, right, I'm going to go to the front and see what he says about me. I want him to, I want him to slag me off or something. And he didn't say a word, and he kept looking at me as well. So he didn't think of anything derogatory to say about me, which I don't know whether to be pleased or not about that. I probably wouldn't have liked it, actually. Yeah, I might not have liked it if he'd slagged me off. Anyway, so there was lots of dancing on the bars. They used to sing, they used to dance on the bar and do the gangbang. That was a bit of dry humping, which yeah, and I'm not an exhibitionist. It's not my thing. So I'd just be like drinking in the corner. And then we'd go to the nightclubs. There was 3 or 4 nightclubs back in the day in Whitty Bay. 2 of them were in the Rex Hotel, which is now being converted into a care home. And then there was the Alexa or Sylvester's. I knew it as Sylvester's, but if it was before my time, it was the Alexa. That was a nightclub. So yeah, and then it was Deep and Jimmy's, and then there was a bar over the road from the Rex Hotel where Jimmy's and Deep were. Those nightclubs called Rio's, and that was after Duran Duran, I think, and they had topless dancers in there. And then back in the day, like down, like on the lower prom, so down below the street level, there was some shops, and there was a pub built into the like the cliff. And one of the, I can't remember what it was called, but that was owned by one of the Durans. So yes. Anyway, that's all gone because we had quite a lot of rowdy behaviour, but that was good on Bank Holiday Monday. Everyone used to go out on Bank Holiday Monday when it was sunny. It was great. But people used to get into fights, so it was there's quite a lot of antisocial behaviour, and it's quite a residential area, and the residents nearby didn't really like it when they started getting people throwing up in the garden and peeing in the garden and stuff. So they kind of phased that out, and now it's full of nice restaurants instead. And so it used to be quite like Blackpool, like tacky seaside place, and now it's been done up. So the Spanish City, if you remember that, when I was growing up in the 90s, when I was a teenager, that was full of amusement arcade machine things, slot machines, all of that. And yeah, I used to knock around in the fairground behind the Spanish City. Well, that's all gone as well. The Spanish City was derelict for about 20 years. And now it's been done up. It's had a lot of money spent on it, and it's got a champagne bar and a fish and chip shop, and it's lush in there now. I do often go in there for cocktails, which are really nice and reassuringly expensive, as they say. Yeah, they're really expensive, but they're, if you're not used to them, they'll knock you out with one drink. You stand up and fall over. Yeah, so that's there. Yeah, so Whitty Bay's changed quite a lot. And back in the day, we used to have lots of Glaswegians come for factory fortnight for the holidays. And so there's lots of locals who have like Geordie mums and Glaswegian dads, or the other way around. Yeah, I've got lots of stories about men in kilts. The weren't men in dresses, definitely not. They're quite macho. Anyway, that's a lot about Whitty Bay. Although, yeah, so when I moved there, it was the tail end of the stag and hen parties. It was still quite run down. I remember once walking through the town with one of my children who wasn't very old, and there was a group of men, half dressed, totally inebriated, in the middle of the day on a Saturday. One of them had his bits hanging out. He was dressed as Cupid. It was horrible. They were swearing and all that, and that's all gone. And basically, Whitty Bay is now woke as hell because loads of Southerners have come because it's a lovely place, and they've all bought all the cheap houses because they're not cheap for us. We moved there. It was a stretch to move there, and we got a bargain because our house was like a repossession and they just wanted rid of it. So we got a good deal. But we couldn't afford to move there now. Definitely not. So yeah, that's pushed the house prices right up. But it's still cheap to Southerners because the house prices up north are a lot less. So yes, that was me waffling on for ages and ages. So yeah, let me know if you're going to London, any other Let Women Speak in Hyde Park, or if you're going to go to Glasgow, if you're coming to Whitty Bay. I'd love to hear from you. And if you know anybody who would like to come on my podcast, Paul, I've asked you. I think you might have been interested, but that hasn't happened. So I was just saying, I'm not sure if it was before you came on into the chat, but yeah, I'm struggling to get turfy guests at the minute. So if you know anybody who you can put me in touch with, I would be very pleased. I think that was all I wanted to say. I've been talking for nearly half an hour, and I'm really appreciative that I've had some friends in the chat. So I've got 3 different people in the chat, and there's been 4 to 6 people watching who've come in and out since I've been talking. And of course, if you missed the beginning, you can go back and watch it from the start and see the things that you missed. And yeah, so I haven't done a live for ages, but I thought it was about time I came on and had a bit of a chat. So I'm doing lots of promotion for my counselling service because that is and Tracy says, lovely to hear you, lovely to see you in the chat. My counselling service is attracting clients through my podcast, so I'm pleased. So that's working. Nowhere near being monetized yet, but I was kind of expecting that it might take a while. But I hit 500 subscribers just a few days ago, so I've now got 504, I think it is. So I'm really pleased about that, and thank you all of you for being here. And let me get to 1,000, and I need quite a lot of more watch time hours as well, because I need 4,000 to get monetized. But if I get to 3,000, then with me 500 subscribers, sorry, I'm probably waffling a bit here, but if I get 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch time hours, then I get to offer memberships, but I'm not really sure whether I would want to do that. So really my main goal is 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch time hours, and then I can get monetized for the videos that I'm doing, because it does take up quite a lot of time making videos, recording them, editing them, putting them out, and recording, trying to get guests, and then like thinking about what content to come up with as well. So if there's anything that you would like to see that I'm not talking about, then let me know. Could maybe make a video of it. I'm just thinking about some other content that I could do, other than me promotional. Come and have counselling, because you might get sick of me saying, come and have counselling when it's on every video. But yeah, so I think I'll round it off. I'm not finished my cup of tea yet. It's still quite hot, but I've got my turfy mug in. Oh, and what do you think of me background? It's a bit wonky today because I needed to pull my screen more towards me, but then I pull the tower over and then everything goes flying. Anyway, it's just to get the right angle, like the right. Otherwise, you see too much of me rubbish in the background. But I've got my map, and then I've got all my suffragette stuff. I have actually got more suffragette stuff because there's a bit of a gap there. So I could put more up, but I haven't got around to it. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for joining us. And I haven't got a snazzy saying to round it off with. But yeah, Anyway, nice to see you. And thank you for watching. Oh, Annie, I've just been talking about you as well. You'll have to, when I finish, you'll have to go and watch it from the start. So I've been babbling on about going to Let Women Speak and how we went together and stuff like that. So yes, watch it from the start, and I will catch up with you all later. Thank you. See you later. Bye.